pardon against a state crime. And as a result, I think that's where the focus really needs to be.
Ken Abrams, thanks very much. Want to go back to Rachel Scott in the Capitol. What more are we seeing now? Some reports that the protesters are getting closer to the Capitol steps. Apparently, we lost her microphone again. Let's go back to Georgia right now because we have been talking about these special elections. Raphael Warnock, we project, has been elected senator, first black senator from the state of Georgia, first black Democrat from the South. And Jon Ossoff, the Democrat, is leading David Perdue now with about 98% of the vote in. Steve Osunsami in Atlanta.
Do it.
George, they are still counting some of these votes that are outstanding. There are about 60,000 outstanding votes. But one interesting note, this came from Gabriel Sterling in the Secretary of State's office. He has come out saying that when you look at where the outstanding votes are coming from, that he believes that Jon Ossoff will not only maintain his current lead, but also extend his lead outside that sort of the margin that you need to be able to ask for a recount in the state of Georgia. Ossoff has already declared himself the winner in this race. Neither of the Republicans have offered any sort of concession. As you mentioned, this is a historic race, what happened here. I'm standing right now at Ebenezer Baptist Church in front of the new building. This is the church that Reverend Warnock is the pastor of, and has said that he will remain pastor of this church. Across the street is the old Ebenezer Baptist Church. There was someone who mentioned earlier about the black vote and how significant it was in this race. It absolutely was significant, and Warnock's position had a lot to do with it. Across the street is Martin Luther King's burial site. He and his wife are buried across the street from me. This church was his church. He was senior pastor of this church. And one of the things that we saw in this campaign was an attack from the right on the black church, many people felt. I will say that Republicans in this state are not...
Yeah, good job.
Office when asked this morning about whether or not the president had any role in the defeat of, for sure, what it's looking like one of the candidates, possibly a second. Quote, the president of the United States is 100% foursquare responsible, with a little added assist from Doug Collins, who decided to run in that state jungle primary, which helped split the party. When you tell people your vote didn't count, this is all part of a crazy town, and people are stealing things. You undermine people's confidence in the vote. Then you create a civil war within the GOP at a time when the GOP probably wanted to unite their vote to turn out. Those are the kind of things that the president is solely responsible for doing.
Oh, yeah, you found it.
And a Trump supporter. That is the state of affairs here in Georgia within the Republican Party after this
Information just beginning right there. Tom Young is here with me. And Tom, why don't you show what Steve was talking about there, where we expect this new vote to come in?
Right, so Steve Osunsami just said there's 60,000 votes that they're still waiting to count. It's important to show where these votes are coming from. They're coming from big Democratic counties here on the Atlanta metro region, along with Chatham County, which is Savannah as well. Now, we heard that election officials saying that the trend lines are favoring Jon Ossoff. He's up by 17,000 votes, but I want to show you the margins in some of these counties, places like DeKalb County, when we see where the margins are at right now, 83%, Jon Ossoff on top. These are the kind of counties where they're still waiting on some votes. Places like Henry County as well, 61% of the vote there in Chatham. Again, very Democratic county, 59% of the vote. I do want to make one more point, George, before I send it back.